Good morning, Cedar River. Today is Friday. It is December 1st, and here are your daily announcements. Starting with, it is an early release Friday, so our time out of the building today is at 1:50. We also have rain today. It is not as cold, but it is still rainy, so make sure that you have your jacket and appropriate shoes and not jumping in those puddles. We have still some lost and found. It's in several different places right now because we have been putting the stuff that's been out the longest out in the hallway as it heads to the commons. And then there is still a rack of some jackets and such that is over in between the recess doors. And so you can ask your recess teachers if you have any lost items that you would like to look for. Let's see, tonight is the Glow Party, and that is from 6 to 8 p.m. It's put on by the PTO. Even if you did not participate in the fundraiser, you can still get in and celebrate and dance around and glow. So what a fun event. Thank you to our PTO who continues to support our community here, our otters, and making sure that we have fun things to do. Yesterday was the last day of the toy drive and the food drive. Mr. and Mrs. Milligan were helping support that, and they collected so many gifts and so many items for our community in need. So thank you, Otters, for continuing to be a community contributor. Let's see, we are heading into December. The mornings are icy as you get off the bus. So if you see the pink granules, the blue granules on the ground, that is de-icer, and that is meant to stay on the ground so that it can help clear up those icy spots. So not picking it up, not putting it in our mouth, we're leaving that on the ground. So thank you so much. Our first graders continue to be excellent at walking out to recess from the commons, and that is from Miss Cher and Mrs. O, who'd like to share that with you. So great job to our first graders who walk through that hallway quietly, and also to our kindergartners who are doing an excellent job coming into the building or into the commons, cleaning up after themselves and heading out to recess. So great job. This week we had the Taproot Theater. It was excellent as we learn about ways to be kind and how to recognize those instances that are conflict or bullying, those repeated targeted behaviors, or pure conflict happens when we don't agree. We both don't like the way it feels. We both feel that it's not fun, and that sometimes we needed a help from an adult to resolve those conflicts. So you can tell your teacher, you can tell me, you can tell Mrs. McKittrick, you can tell Miss Spangler, Mr. Gear, Nurse Chelsea, any of our recess staff. So if you're having a conflict that is hard and Kelso's choice is not helping you, please be sure to reach out to those adults as well. Okay, lots of stuff here. We have our lunch menu for the week, we have our Otter Paw drawings, and we have what's happening around the school. But that is all I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful Friday, a great weekend. We will see you here on Monday, and we also have a little bit of information about our talent requests from CRNN. As always, it's a great day to be an otter.
Good morning and welcome back to Cedar River Cafe. So this week in December, it is December already. Oh my gosh, only 2 weeks left. And then we go on vacation. Okay, so for breakfast on the 4th, we're gonna have a bagel, waffle, or cereal for breakfast. And for lunch, we're gonna have a cheesy pull-apart. And then on Tuesday, December 5th, we're gonna have a banana chocolate bar for breakfast. And for lunch, we're gonna have chicken nuggets. And on Wednesday, we're gonna have a turkey sausage McMuffin for breakfast or cereal. And then for lunch, we're gonna have corn dogs. And on Tuesday, we're gonna have a donut bar for breakfast. And for lunch, we're gonna have chicken teriyaki. Oh my goodness. Okay, and on Friday, we're gonna have a new item for breakfast. It is called a early riser hash browns filled with potato, egg, and cheese. And then for lunch, we're gonna have pizza. Hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Hello, Otters. We're going to do Otter Paws. I'm going to start. I have 1 to Aiden in my class, Mrs. Huerta's class, for listening to directions. 1 to Cameron and Miss Dressler for being doing great partner work. 1 to Jensen and Mrs. Domosley for being a great listener. 1 to Alicia and Mrs. Angeline for taking a friend to the bathroom. And 1 to Aria and Miss Rocco for following directions.
And I have my glasses today, so let's see if this helps. I have 1 for Romana and Miss Kovich for working hard. 1 for Jameson and Miss Molnar for being a reading superstar. 1 for Riley and Miss Osborne for always trying your best. 1 for Michaela.
Is it Michaela?
Michaela and Miss Johnson for positive teammate. 1 for Izzy and Miss Huizenga for showing on-task behavior. 1 for Millie Z and Miss Rowe for showing her peers how to be a good listener and doing partner talk. And 1 for Nolan and Miss Huizenga for keeping a tidy desk. And 1 for Olivia and Miss Huizenga. Miss Huizenga's class got a lot of rock stars this time for being ready to go in STEM. Nice work, Otters.
Nice job, Otters.
Hey, Otters. Rylan and Nyla have some clarification about Cedar River's talent application. It is not a talent show, but it is talent that will be showed on CRNN. On Monday, we'll show their full video explaining all the details so that you know how to turn your application in and who to ask questions from, and also what the process actually looks like. We're just having some technical difficulties today.